Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside the athletic fields here at Milford High School, as Milford TV is happy to bring you coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics. This is Tim Coet once again on the call, and today we bring you a Davenport Division showdown in boys soccer between your Milford Scarlet Hawks and the visiting North Attleboro Rocketeers. I pause for a moment when I consider this a Davenport Division matchup, because this is the first time this will be considered a Davenport Division showdown between these two teams. Of course, by now you are certainly aware of the fact that two of the teams in the Hockomock League shifted divisions in between last school year and this one. North Attleboro moving from the Kelly Rex division into the Davenport division, with Oliver Ames switching up to the big school division. So North Attleboro now a division opponent for Milford on their regular season schedule, and for the Scarlet Hawks, looking to start to build some momentum now as we're a pretty good ways into this season. We're getting towards the end of September. Milford coming off of really their best game so far on the 2016 schedule. It was a solid 3-2 victory over Foxborough here at Milford. It was their first home win of the season, their second win overall on the year. They come in with an overall record of 2-4 on the season. 2-4 also within the Hockomock League. So Milford right now coming into play this afternoon tied for third place position within the Davenport standings. And again, getting set to take on the North Attleboro Rocketeers. North Attleboro has been a team in transition over much of the last several years. Wins have been hard to come by for North Attleboro, just single wins in the last few seasons. They have one win so far on their 2016 campaign. They come into today's matchup with an overall record of 1-4-2. So these teams are close together in the standings. Offense has been tough to come by at times for each of these teams, so it should be a relatively even matchup between these two opponents. It is Milford taking on the North Attleboro Rocketeers. We will have the start of the first half of this matchup when we come back next. Stay tuned to coverage of Milford High School athletics here on Milford TV. And we welcome you right back inside Milford High School, as we are just getting underway now with first half action between Milford and North Attleboro in this boys soccer clash here on the Milford soccer field. And as you can no doubt see, as the game now gets underway, the lights are on. It is gray skies overhead. It is a cool, raw afternoon here in Milford. We've had an opportunity to enjoy some extended summer-like temperatures through the early days of this fall sports schedule, but it certainly feels like fall here in Milford this afternoon. Temperatures at game time only at 55 degrees, so you can see out there the players with some extra layers on after playing in 70 and 80 degree temperatures through the early portion of their schedule. Milford looking to get their offense in gear here early as we're still in the opening minute of play. Play down the far sideline and out. As we mentioned in the open, Milford tied for third place in the Davenport standings. They are tied with Canton High School coming into action today, as North Attleboro tries to control off the toss-in. Now the ball up for grabs. Milford trying to get the clear, but possession stays with North Attleboro. They are in control here through these early moments. And now a long feed across the length of the field down into the near corner. Getting there first for Milford is Andre Oliveira. And Milford now looking for the breakout. Nice soft touch pass up the near sidelines. Oliveira's there. And now Milford able to get out on the move. They attack from right to left across your television screens through this first half action. And Milford almost cutting their way right through the middle. Getting tripped up was Pedro Sampaio. And Milford now lines up for the kick. The players trying to stay warm out there, although speaking briefly to Coach Edwards before the game, he likes this kind of weather for soccer. Yes. The kick winds its way from the foot of Tiago Carvalho right into the hands of the North Attleboro keeper. And now North Attleboro, a couple of soft passes up the field. can see the heavy jackets on the Milford sideline right now. The North Attleboro players just in the shirt sleeves on their sidelines. Gonna be tough to stay warm. A lot of the fans here in the stands also bundled up as best they can. A nice move on that far sideline for Joey Madden making the steal, and now here's Sampaio again. He gets around the defense. Can he get a shot away? He sends it on the ground, but wide to the right of the net. And Pedro Sampaio has continued to impress through these early games on the season. A senior on the squad, very athletic, very agile. Sampaio with 2 goals and 1 assist so far on the season, getting those stats from Coach Edwards prior to the game. Milford has scored just a total of 7 goals through their first 6 games on the season. They've allowed a total of 14 as Milford breaks it out again, trying to feed Oliveira. And North Attleboro's goalkeeper coming far out to make the stop. Now Milford refusing to let North Attleboro break out along that far sideline. Stepping up into the play that time, Carvalho. Just about 5 minutes into this first half action. No score, some good looks up the field for Milford. And we want to welcome in anyone tuning into this game via our live stream app. Once again, bringing you live internet streaming coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics this afternoon. And if you are watching this on our educational channel or on YouTube after the fact, I want to make sure everyone knows that when we do live stream our coverage, we let you know via social media. And if you head over to milfordtv.net and check out our Milford TV educational live stream feed, or you can tune into us through your mobile device using the live stream app. And again, you must check out our Milford TV educational channel live stream feed in order to check out any of our live sports coverage. We've had a chance now to bring you a couple of live soccer matches as well as live stream coverage of all 3 home football games Milford has competed in so far on the season. Marcello Pano trying to send that one over to Madden, but Madden can't keep it in play. And North Attleboro will toss it in now with 33:48 on the game clock. Still no score. Marcello Pano now more tough work right there at midfield. Now sends the pass back to his defense, and a bad pass that time right into North Attleboro. This allows them a quick offensive strike down into the near corner, and North Attleboro will allow that one to slide out of play. That was Joshua Rodriguez for North Attleboro, who was down there in the corner, and the end result is a corner kick. It will be taken by Gabriel Pinacos. Kick in, a low line drive. Milford's able to get to it first, deflecting it wide of the net. Now back in and scooped up by the keeper, right back out into the action. But there is Pinacos again for North, and he sends it out of play. I believe that is once again Luke Capobianco, the goalkeeper for the Scarlet Hawks. And he sets up now for the goal kick with 32:12 to play. Headed down by North Attleboro, just at the edge of the center circle. And now North breaks back up the near sideline, feeding it ahead to Rodriguez. Rodriguez now working against Oliveira. Now Oliveira with the ball on his foot sends it back to his defense, who sends the long pass forward. Sampaio. No whistle after the contact as both players went up for the ball. The referee ruling it clean. And you can see the high five between the two exchanged afterwards. Sampaio from Milford going up against number 21, John Brennan. Just good, hard competition for the ball. Joey Madden now with the toss in. And there is Brennan, who immediately sends it out of play, so we'll reset for another toss as we come up on the 10-minute mark of this first half. More fans making their way in as this toss comes straight in front of the goal mouth now. Knocked down, and North Attleboro able to get the partial clear. It'll stay in play as Rodriguez flips it forward in full stride. But there's Oliveira again to break it up along with Tiago Carvalho. Carvalho will take it up the near side but can't keep it in play. A lot of quick acceleration for many of these players out on the field for this Scarlet Hawks team. It's our second chance to get a look at the boys soccer team this season. We had coverage of Milford's home contest with Franklin a couple of weeks ago. A tough 2-0 loss. Milford playing well for large stretches of that game. Just over 10 minutes in now. Carvalho leaving that ball behind at first, then comes back to it, but North Attleboro dumps it back inside their attacking side. North Attleboro under the direction of head coach Jeff Burgess. Looking for better results out of his team after a couple of lean years. Capobianco out to wrap up that ball. Now we'll send it back downfield. North Attleboro finishing the previous 3 seasons, 2015, 14, and 13, all with just 1 win overall on the season in each of those years. Last season finishing in last place in the Kelly Rex with an overall record of 114-3, 112-3 within league play. Here's Sampaio with a wide open field. Gets in front of the defense, and a nice save made by North Attleboro, cutting off that angle. And Sampaio right back on the attack. This time pinned down in the corner. And the ball deflects out. This should set up as a corner kick for the Hawks.
Get a ball, boy. I need kids on the bench.
I believe that is Brendan Matricia, the junior, who is in net for North Attleboro in this contest. He has been their main goalkeeper through the early weeks. Milford now lined up. It is Tiago Carvalho. Sends it in on the ground back to Oliveira, who misses. And now the whistle. And the two talk things over now. Carvalho along with Andre Oliveira. perhaps some miscommunication there. The ball ended up deflecting, but Milford could not make a play on it. This ball making its way all the way back to Marcello Pano. Anytime the ball is up in the air around Marcello, he is going to have the height advantage the majority of the time. He's one of the tallest soccer players in all of the Hockomock League, Marcello Pano, senior captain. Oliveira now, a little give and go on the near sidelines. They pop it out to Sampaio. He gets it right back on his foot, trying to pick his way between a couple of defenders, but North Attleboro is able to send it back out to center with 26:15 on the game clock for this first half. We have not seen a goal yet. Milford so far on the season, as we mentioned, 2-4 overall. They have been shut out in 3 of those 4 losses. They had back-to-back 2-0 losses to King Philip and Franklin to open the season. Then they were able to get on the winning ways for the first time with a 2-1 decision over Taunton. As this kick comes in, but again, Marcello Pano able to get the head on it. And back out to midfield. That 2-1 victory against Taunton was followed up by 2 more losses in succession for the Scarlet Hawks. A 6-2 defeat to Stoughton, as Joey Madden gets taken out. That's how it appeared up here. And the kick will go for the Scarlet Hawks. No ball attendance on the sidelines for this one, at least in the early going, so the players having to retrieve the balls as they go out of play. Once again, it's Carvalho setting up for the kick. Hard line drive kick. He was looking for Madden. Instead, it ricochets out to Oliveira. He tried to feed Marcello Pano. The ball deflects back out. Now here's Joey Madden, the crowd urging a quick shot, but Madden couldn't get the release. And now the ball all the way back out to the North Attleboro attacking side of the field, where Milford's defense looks to regroup. Danny Mendoza, the senior, tracking down the loose ball. Oliveira now, and Sampaio go back-to-back. Sampaio, can he get the shot away? He does, and the save is made by Matricia. That's a couple of shot attempts already in this first half for Pedro Sampaio, but so far Matricia's been able to make the save on each one. He's gone low with these first 2 shot attempts. You wonder if he'll try to pick the corners as he continues to get looks on net. And by the way this first half has gone to this point, you would think that with that speed that Sampaio has shown, he is going to have more opportunities before this game is over. 23:20 on the game clock now for the first half, as again, Milford lines up for the free kick. As that ball goes out of play, the referee will allow for substitutions to come in, 2 on each side. Nelson Raceman and Mike Weber checking into the game on the Milford side, giving Joey Madden and Andre Oliveira a rest. They've been pretty active, as usual, through the opening minutes of this half. North Attleboro getting a minute or 2 in front of the Milford net through the very beginning of this half, but since then, play has really been dictated by the Scarlet Hawks. As Capobianco now sends the kick all the way out to that 50-yard line on the football markings. Fresh into the game, Mike Weber trying to make the play there, just a step late as North Attleboro was able to close in. North Attleboro with the toss here, Zachary Matricia. Gets it right back now, boots it in front of the net. He had a teammate streaking in that area. It was Nathan Burns hoping to get a quick strike. But now Milford dumping it down the length of the field and into the hands of Brendan Matricia. Head coach Brian Edwards pacing the sidelines, continuing on in his first season as head coach of this boys varsity team. Now back towards the middle of the field, some fancy footwork for Pedro Sampaio. Looks like the shoe might have come loose as he tried for a couple of different self passes. Now right back in, nearly ticked that one ahead of the defense. Sampaio just so creative with how he is able to get himself some quality looks in front of the net. There's Marcello Pano now. Soft pass to Mendoza. He'll come up the far sideline. This deflects off of a North Attleboro player and out. And Carlos Torino will send it back in as we've now passed the midway point in the first half. Right into Sampaio. Soft pass to Marcello Pano. But now right back to the North Attleboro keeper, who tried to send that one up the far side in a hurry while Milford's backs were turned. You could hear the yelling from the sidelines for Milford to stay awake out there. This ball pops up a mile high back towards the goal line and deflects out. And this will go as a corner kick. Sampaio setting it up. He will not take the kick. It'll be Tiago Carvalho once again. 18:52 on the game clock. Milford's second corner kick opportunity of the half. Stiff breeze blowing across the field as this kick comes in. Marcello Pano trying to get there, went up for the header and may have collided with John Brennan. Brennan seems to be fine as he stays in the play, gets to his feet. Milford just refusing to let North Attleboro have any kind of time in front of the Milford net. This game has been played in the midfield or in the Scarlet Hawks attacking area throughout virtually this entire half, but Milford with no goals to show for their efforts. As Brennan's now shaken up again, this time he will head to the sideline. And he tries to get to the sideline and collapses about halfway there. As the clock right now continues to roll. As Brendan now is helped back to his feet by the North Attleboro coaching staff and training staff, and Now assisted to the sideline, so hoping that Brendan is all right. That's back-to-back plays where he took some tough contact. And meanwhile, the free kick coming up for the Scarlet Hawks. Clock continued to run during that injury situation as this ball is headed right in the direction of Mike Weber. He gets the shot towards net, but it glances off the side of the net and out of play. Weber's been in on a lot of the action during his time out on the field. He'll head back to the sideline now as Joey Madden checks back in, but good work off the bench for Weber.
Go, down the corner.
North Attleboro advancing up that near sideline, but Connor McIver can't keep it in play. Now after the Milford toss, North fighting for it. Carvalho in on that action as well. A very nice job there by Milford to prevent a good look. That was Jacob Balzerini on defense. That ball bounced back out right to the middle of the field, and Balzerini, the only white jersey in the area, but Jacob able to get to it and deflect it away. Milford now trying to clear it out. Andre Oliveira back into the game. He surveys his options, gets it to the star midfielder Marcello Pano. The ball rolls back to the Milford defense before they send it out to midfield. And now the ball rolling free back to Brendan Matricia, the goalkeeper for the Rocketeers. Just over 15 minutes left on the game clock in this first half. North Attleboro's lone win on the season came against Taunton back on September 13th, a 3-1 victory. As this ball pops up loose towards the North Attleboro net, but the Rocketeers able to get the clear. Overall on the season, North Attleboro has scored 6 total goals, 1 fewer than Milford. They've allowed a total of 12. So again, numbers-wise, these two teams very similar. Both teams have claimed victories over Taunton so far this season, with Milford also grabbing the win against Taunton. Here's Sampaio. Does he have enough room? Saves it from going out of play. Now has 3 defenders draped on him. The ball in front of the goal mouth and is deflected out by North Attleboro. Sampaio on an island all by himself with 3 defenders in the area and still nearly shook loose for a shot. North Attleboro forced to send it out, setting up another goal kick for the Scarlet Hawks. Looks like it will be Joey Madden this time who will have corner kick duties. And his kick away, and it ends up right in the hands of Brendan Matricia through a crowd. The goalkeeper is able to pluck it down. Now under 13 minutes to play in this first half on a brisk afternoon in the town of Milford. Seeing a lot of jogging around on the sidelines from these two teams on the bench. The reserves trying to stay loose for when they're called upon. Not easy on a day like this. Now it will be North Attleboro with the toss in as he tries to get some communication from the North Attleboro bench area. It is Noah Barney who tosses it in. Zach Brown for Milford ends up kicking that one right out of play. Milford 0 and North Attleboro 0 as we have now under 12 minutes on the game clock for the first half. The ball continuing to pop in and out of play on the near sideline as Joey Madden now sends the long toss up the field. Headed immediately out of play by North Attleboro, and Madden again sends it deep up the field. He has Sampaio in the neighborhood. More fancy footwork for Sampaio with now, once again, 3 defenders in total committing against Sampaio. The more defenders they commit to locking up Sampaio, somebody else is going to be open on the field. Another opportunity for Milford to watch out for. Off yet another corner kick. The ball deflects off of North Attleboro out to the far sideline. Zach Brown there trying to keep it on the attack for Milford. We are already into the final week of September, so starting to get into the serious days of this fall sports season. Milford has now played a total of 6 games on their schedule, with this being number 7 here today. $11 games will remain on their regular season schedule at the close of this contest this afternoon. So not quite to the halfway point in the schedule, but once the calendar flips to October, the remainder of the regular season really starts to go by quickly. Milford wanting to try to get closer to that 500 mark today. With a victory, they could end the day at 3-4. Right now there is 9 minutes and 34 seconds on the game clock. As North sends this one deep, but Capobianco is there. As that ball gets tossed out to Joey Madden. Mendoza nearly getting in the way. He was able to duck away from that ball as it streaked out of the hand of Luke Capobianco. Marcello Pano to Oliveira, looking to send the backwards pass to Joey Madden, but North Attleboro's Leo Charlebois was able to get into the area. Charlebois, one of the captains, along with Connor Danahy. Fresh personnel coming out onto the field before the toss in on the far sideline by the Scarlet Hawks. This deflects out just up over the head of Tiago Carvalho. And now North Attleboro trying to quickly get upfield. Milford's defense able to close in. Now here's Madden. He can't get there. Leo Charlebois has scored 3 of the 6 goals North Attleboro has scored on the season, so responsible for 50% of the total offense they have been able to generate. North Attleboro, with that victory against Taunton, they have losses to Franklin, Canton, King Philip, and Stoughton. The losses to Franklin, Canton, and KP all shutout defeats, losing to Stoughton in their most recent match by a final of 4-2. They also have 2 ties in there, a scoreless draw against Oliver Ames and a 1-1 draw against the Sharon Eagles. Free kick for the Scarlet Hawks. Six and a half minutes on the game clock. And Milford with some room up the middle, trying to hit Joey Madden between a couple of defenders. And instead it ends up with Brendan Matricia, who went out all the way to the edge of the box to pick up that loose ball. Sampaio relentless as he's able to win possession. Now the pass up ahead to Oliveira. Tries for the shot, the save made by Matricia. Oliveira had to take that shot flat-footed. Pass from Sampaio, if it had been just a little bit more out in front, Oliveira would have been able to take the shot in stride. And now here's North Attleboro looking for a response as we get into the late stages of this half, under 5.5 minutes on the game clock. So that ball will end up rolling out of play, last touched by the Rocketeers. Every time Pedro Sampaio has the ball on his foot, this crowd starts to ramp up the chatter. You know, they have a chance to see something happen. Up ahead now to Oliveira. Oliveira able to find Madden. Now up ahead to Zach Brown. And Matricia there. A lot of players open on the field. Wide open looks to both Madden and Brown. .4:15 on the clock. Another Joey Madden toss. He looks for Oliveira. But now North Attleboro controls. Brown is there. Oliveira now with it. Here's Oliveira down into the corner, taking his time. And that whistle will go against the Scarlet Hawks. Substitutes come in now with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to play. The ball must have crossed out of play. As the goal kick now for North Attleboro goes out towards the far side. There was Sampaio again sliding out, trying to gain possession. Milford really has been in command of this first half. Hoping to finish off with putting a goal on the scoreboard here with just about 3 minutes left in the half. North Attleboro now directing traffic. Now Capobianco sends it upfield. Madden can't get to it. And the kick for Madden, he wanted to take it quickly, instead now gives way to Carvalho. Carvalho trying to feed Oliveira, couldn't get there in time. And now here's North. And Gabriel Panaco's taken down from behind. Under 2 minutes to play now, as Panacos lines up for the kick. Capobianco keeping everybody on the same page as this one comes right in on the goalkeeper, sure-handed. Now giving his teammates a chance to get upfield, now releases the kick. Sampaio and Madden. Sampaio going after the loose ball. And the ref is going to say that ball crossed the sideline. Sampaio disagrees. Good steal that time for the Hawks. But North Attleboro now with some forward progress, but now Tarina able to steal. And now that ball rolling into the box. Capobianco making the stop before Danahy could get a shot away. Bit of sloppy play in their own end that time from Milford, but doesn't come back to bite them. Oliveira loses possession. Milford gains it back. Sampaio now stays on sides. Madden could not get there in time. Frustrated. Sophomore looking for a late goal. Can North Attleboro take it upfield for perhaps one more look before we reach halftime? Instead, Milford dumps it back downfield. Tarina able to get there into the corner. And the whistle now, the player's not reacting initially, but that will be the end of the first half. So again, good work all the way around for Milford through that first half. Really dominating, got a couple of good looks in front of the North Attleboro net, but could not finish. So instead we head into halftime. It is scoreless between Milford and North Attleboro. We will step aside for halftime. We'll be back with the beginning of second half action when we come back next. Again, you're watching coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics right here on Milford TV. Right back inside Milford High School. Second half action now getting underway in this boys soccer matchup of Davenport Division opponents. Your Milford Scarlet Hawks taking on the visiting North Attleboro Rocketeers. It is a scoreless tie as we enter into the second half. Milford now attacking from left to right. A dominant first half for the Scarlet Hawks in every way except for the scoreboard. They had several opportunities, several good looks on net, could not bury any of them. And so we play on scoreless right into the second half action. Both teams were pretty anxious to get right back out onto the field. The teams retaking the field with still over 3.5 minutes still ticking down on the halftime clock. Have to imagine that the crisp autumn temperatures may have had something to do with that, as Milford falling asleep a little bit defensively there. Now leads to this shot rolling free on net. The stop made by Capobianco. Gabriel Panacos for North Attleboro just letting that one fly. Carvalho now to Sampaio up the far sideline, now ahead to Oliveira. With the defense closing in, he's able to get a clean pass away to Sampaio. Now a centering pass, and the ball deflected away. Milford getting it right on the foot of Torino. Torino right in front of the net. Again, Milford just cannot cash in. They've had quite a few opportunities. Two teams on the field today who really want to see their fortunes turned around in terms of their last few years in Hockomock League competition as two players collide. Carlos Torina for Milford, falling on top of Leo Charlebois of North Attleboro. But both of these teams have been right down at the bottom of their division standings for the last couple of seasons. Free kick all the way in on Capobianco, who makes the stop. Now Sampaio up ahead to Oliveira. Now here's Sampaio in full stride. And John Brennan, who's back out on the field after getting shaken up in the first half. He and Sampaio both go down as that ball went out of play. This should be a corner kick for Milford. It's right now the wind really swirling around the field. Tiago Carvalho from the far corner. High looping kick. Sampaio trying to get there. Another good, strong look on the net for the Scarlet Hawks. And if you're Coach Edwards, I'm sure a lot of the message during halftime was just stay aggressive, keep doing what you're doing, and eventually you're going to be rewarded. But the key will be to stay strong on the defensive side as well, where so far Milford has limited North Attleboro to very few looks on their attacking side of the field. Just about 5 minutes into the second half as Milford is on the move. Sampaio and Oliveira again go back and forth. North Attleboro able to clear it out. Milford trying to chip it ahead to their main man in the midfield, Marcello Pano. That ball ticks off of the foot of Sampaio and right to Marcus Costa. But Milford sends it back down deep. Sampaio all the way on net for Brendan Matricia, who's had to make a couple of good saves against shots by Pedro Sampaio so far. Joey Madden now taking his time. Sends a good long toss. Downfield, North Attleboro gets there. North sending the pass towards Gabriel Panacos. Now to Charlebois, but Milford again breaks it up. Here's Torina. Tarina centering it up, but nobody home. .33 minutes and 40 seconds on the game clock as we are now into the second half. Free kick taken by Tiago Carvalho. Up ahead into a crowd. North able to come away with it. Possession stays with the Scarlet Hawks. Carvalho to toss it in. Instead now leaves it behind for Madden. Madden now looking for Marcello Pano. Sampaio almost able to track down that ball. The defense now sends it back in. Sampaio coming down hard after going up for the header. He's a little slow to get to his feet now. Jumps back up, stays in the play as Milford will have the free kick coming in right from that far side 30-yard line marker. And this is going to go right up and over the crossbar, out of play. Milford trying to pop that one up over the outstretched reach of Brendan Matricia, but too high. 31:45 now on the game clock as John Brennan sends the goal kick out to midfield. Marcello Pano. The header in the direction of Joey Madden. Now Madden and Oliveira gain possession. They try to flick the pass out to Tarina. He was not expecting it. Lets it go past him and out of play. Right now, according to our most up-to-date Davenport Division standings, it is the Sharon Eagles who are in first place. They've had a good start to their season. Stoughton in second with Canton and Milford tied for third. North Attleboro in fifth place with Foxborough, the only winless team in the Davenport division. Taunton over in the Kelly Rex also winless. Carlos Tarina trying to make a move around Connor Danahy. End result gives Milford a chance to toss it in. Joey Madden sending a good hard kick down the near sideline, but the Rocketeers intercept. Now Danahy with some, or Charlevoix I should say, with some space. The ball eventually deflects out. Just over 10 minutes in now as Capobianco lines up for the goal kick. Taking a look at a little bit more of the Hockomock League standings over in the Kelly Rex division. King Philip, very strong to open the season. They right now are 7-0-1 overall on the season. They have scored a total of 15 goals while only allowing 2. As Sampaio now on the attack for Milford. Once again, through all kinds of traffic, manages to maintain possession. The ball eventually across the goal line out of play. Brennan again with the goal kick. Now at 28:42 to play in the half. That ball taking a couple of tough hops and ultimately ended up on goal. Capobianco makes the save. I'm not sure if that deflected off of a Milford player towards the Hawks keeper. The only North Attleboro player in the area was Connor Danahy. But that took a tricky bounce right in front of Danahy before he could get a shot away. And it looked like it ticked right off the side of one of the Milford players and right square on net, but Capobianco nonetheless able to make the save. It is still a 0-0 game. As North Attleboro now tries to get some offense generated, spending a little more time now on their attacking side of the field than we've seen since the opening 5 minutes. Another shot towards net. Capobianco no problem to make the stop. Play through the midfield. North Attleboro stays in control. Accelerating now down that far sideline. The whistle goes against Milford, so all of a sudden now the Rocketeers trying to seize some of the momentum. This game has the feel as if Milford is playing with a lead, but it is a scoreless tie. Good elevation by Capobianco. Joey Madden getting a quick verbal warning from the officials after that contact. As this ball will eventually roll out of play, and it will go as a goal kick for Milford as some subs come in here. Pat on the shoulder from the official for Joey Madden as he will get a little breather here, maybe a bit of a mental rest as well, as he looked a little agitated after some more hard play. As we talk about, Joey Madden plays with a lot of emotion at all times. Pedro Sampaio also getting a rest on the bench now. And North Attleboro trying to take advantage. They feed Charlevoix down in the near corner. That ball out of play. And even 25 minutes to go in the second half. A 0-0 game. Who's going to break this deadlock? And instead, we will have a timeout here on the field. Timeout taken with 24 minutes and 48 seconds remaining in the second half. Again, it is a scoreless game between Milford and North Attleboro. Boys soccer coverage right here on Milford TV. Welcome back into Milford TV's coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics. Today bringing you boys soccer varsity action between the Milford Scarlet Hawks and the North Attleboro Rocketeers. I am Tim Coette on the call. Again, we want to welcome in all of our live stream viewers. Once again, bringing you live internet streaming coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics, which you can check out on milfordtv.net on our live stream feed or on your mobile device by downloading the live stream app and making sure you tune into our Milford TV educational channel stream. That is where all of our athletic coverage takes place, whether you're watching on TV or via live stream. All of our high school sports coverage on the educational channel. And of course, the game also re-airing on that educational channel on TV and also on YouTube. You can find all of our YouTube coverage by searching My Milford TV on YouTube to get to our playlist. All kinds of Milford TV coverage over on YouTube. Back into live action now with 23 minutes and 46 seconds to play in the second half. Still looking for our first goal. Milford will toss it in deep on their attacking side. Andre Oliveira in towards net, down, up for grabs. Milford trying to get a shot away, but North able to clear. Mendoza to Zach Brown, ahead to Marcello Pano. And now down the near sideline, played ahead by Anthony Salvador. Trying to hit Nelson Raymond for the shot attempt. Good movement for the Scarlet Hawks, but again, nothing making its way past Brendan Matricia. And the Scarlet Hawks fans here getting a little antsy to see some offense generated, as we've got 22.5 minutes to go in the second half, and it is still a 0-0 game. North Attleboro's been living dangerously at times, but they have not allowed a goal, and now this ball up for grabs, the shot away, and just up and over the net. That one taken by Andrew Fontaine. Just a little bit high with the shot attempt. Right now, Milford with some heavy hitters on the bench waiting to check back in. Pedro Sampaio, Tiago Carvalho, and Carlos Torina, and Joey Madden among them. Mendoza keeps that ball in, but North Attleboro able to break back out. Play back and forth through the midfield, and now that one out of play. And Milford will get their starting players back out onto the field now as Sampaio and company check back into the game. Madden will toss this ball back into play as we are 20 minutes down and 20 minutes to go here in the second half. Still Milford ball. That was close. North Attleboro disagreeing. Madden on a line for Marcello Pano, but North deflects it back. Oliveira now ahead looking for Marcello Pano, but couldn't get it there. Oliveira back to Sampaio. He passes ahead to Marcello Pano. Now the quick strike from Sampaio, and the save once again made by Brendan Matricia. .19:36 left to play as Marcello loops a pass forward looking for Carlos Torina. Milford up the far sideline. Sampaio looking for Oliveira. This ball just barely stays in play, pinned along that far sideline. Gus Maritau playing it ahead for Milford. Now the shot away for Oliveira, and another sprawling save made by Matricia. Eight minutes and 22 seconds to go here in the second half. And as always, we want to give credit where credit is due. No numbers on either of the goalies in the game here today. It is Sean Waters in net for North Attleboro, not Brendan Matricia. And the preseason information from the coaching staff talking a lot about Brendan Matricia as the starting goalkeeper, but it is Waters today. So Sean Waters, we want to give him credit for the work he has done. A lot of shots on net here through much of this game, but Sean Waters up to the task. And now the whistle against Milford. Substitutions come in on the North Attleboro side. Much of this game in the books and still no goals to speak of. As we mentioned back in the first half, 7 total goals on the season for the Scarlet Hawks, 6 on the North Attleboro side. The only team that scored fewer goals in the Davenport division than these two squads is Foxborough, who has managed just 5 goals through their first 6 contests. Milford, after this game this afternoon, will play next on Friday, taking on the Sharon Eagles on the road, before returning back to Milford on October 5th for a matchup against Oliver Ames High School. The Rocketeers in aggressively. Time to keep it on their attacking side. Under 16 minutes on the game clock now. And if you're Milford at this point, you can't help but be a little frustrated with all of the chances that you've had so far in this game, with nothing to show for it on the scoreboard. And it started to feel like momentum has slowly been working in North Attleboro's favor as this second half has gone on. And the Rocketeers now will have a corner kick in from the far side. In high and deflected away. Good work defensively that time for the Hawks. Leads now to a corner kick from the near side. Kanakos getting a little too much on that one as it goes clear past the net and ultimately deflects for an easy pickup by Capobianco. Now here's Sampaio. He has just John Brennan in front of him. And he gets tripped up. Big play there. John Brennan, the lone defender for Sampaio to beat. And so now Pedro Sampaio will be awarded the penalty kick. A chance to break the scoreless game with a little over 13 minutes to play. Sampaio ready. Sean Waters ready. Here is the kick, and it's in for the score. So the contact by Brennan leads to the penalty shot by Pedro Sampaio, and with 13 minutes and 12 seconds to go in this match, we finally see our first goal. Pedro Sampaio giving the Scarlet Hawks a 1-0 lead. And so once again, it is that speed of Sampaio that is really the key there. Breaking out into the open field, and Brennan on defense for North Attleboro just trying out of desperation to get back into the play, and makes the contact that leads to the penalty shot. But there is still plenty of time left in this game. Over 12 minutes to play. Madden now looking for Marcello Pano. Instead, the ball rolls loose to the the far sideline. And Carlos Torina could not get there in time to save it from going out of play. 1-0 Scarlet Hawks. And for Pedro Sampaio, that is his third goal now on the season. Three goals now with 2 assists. He leads the team in goals scored. Andre Oliveira with 2 goals on the season. He also has an assist. Joey Madden with 1 goal and 1 assist. Sampaio, with 2 goals and 1 assist. Marcello Pano also with 2 goals on the season. He has 2 assists. North Attleboro now ramping up that sense of urgency. Marcello with a good boot up ahead to Sampaio. Sampaio trying to head it forward to Joey Madden. Madden making the move around Charlebois, but then getting tripped up. Coach Edwards now fired up on the sidelines. He has discarded the winter jacket. Just in the red Scarlet Hawks polo wandering the sidelines. Wanting to see his team close out this game. Here's Sampaio now, just to the left of the net. Scarlet Hawks team responding very well to the energy of their new head coach on the sidelines. It's been clear through these two contests we've had an opportunity to cover so far this season. As Sampaio now gets a quick talking to by the official. Under 10 minutes to play in the second half. These Milford fans staying engaged now right to the end. They want to see their team close out strong, as now Charlevoix has the ball on his foot in the near corner, gets help. And that ends up now with Milford. They try to clear it out. Madden sends it ahead. Can Sampaio get there in time? Nope. Out of play just in front of the Milford bench. Zach Brown having to track that ball down deep on Milford's defensive side. Now a quick pass from Pano up ahead to Madden, and now Oliveira. And Sampaio just sending that one deep down, perhaps for Carlos Torina, but he wasn't close. 7.5 minutes on the game clock. As now North sends it deep. Answered by Milford. And a good pass ahead for Torina, but it eventually winds its way beyond that far sideline. Everyone trying to stay loose, trying to stay warm here right through to the end. On this chilly fall-like afternoon in Milford. Balzarini sending that out of play. That ball deflecting right to Ryan Pasquale for North Attleboro. Capobianco lining up for the goal kick as Danny Mendoza comes back out onto the field for the Scarlet Hawks, replacing Zach Brown. Kick right to Sampaio, who comes up lame after making contact with that ball. Looked to be favoring the left ankle, but now jogging back up towards the action. As the clock comes down to 5 minutes and 30 seconds to play. These two schools will also match up on the football field this Friday night. The game will take place in North Attleboro, Milford's first road football game of the season. They'll come into that matchup at 2-1, right at the top of the Davenport standings, but a tough matchup against a North Attleboro football team that is always talented, particularly on defense. Another goal kick for the Scarlet Hawks here as we are now quickly coming down to 4.5 minutes left to play. Some anxious moments as Milford looks to close out what would be their third victory of the season. Oliveira trying to push the action forward. Milford setting up for the toss-in. The Rocketeers letting it go out of play. Coach Edwards sending Anthony Salvador back out onto the field, replacing Carlos Torina here with right around 3.5 minutes left to play. This ball deflects hard back out to Madden. Now Salvador fresh into the game, had the ball on his foot, couldn't settle it. Now Milford chips it back in. Marcello Pano staying with the play. Down into the far corner. And the ball eventually ends up out of play. That was good work by Marcello, and also I believe that was still Salvador part of that play. Madden, the high toss deflects out to Carvalho. Ball looked like it might stay on the field as it took a bounce and just sort of died, but did eventually roll beyond the goal line. So goal kick here for North Attleboro. They quickly move it up. The whistle against the Rocketeers as we are now under 2 minutes. Milford down deep for Sampaio. In toward net, but North able to clear it away. Now here's Sampaio again. Back into the play, winding his way towards the middle, looking for a passing partner. Instead, sends the shot away and buries it. The second goal of the game for Sampaio, and that should ice the win for the Scarlet Hawks. Pedro Sampaio just absolutely relentless on that play. Weaved his way right back towards the middle of the field. And amongst a host of North Attleboro defenders, was able to get the shot away, just getting it past Sean Waters in net for North Attleboro. So now 2 goals for Sampaio with just about 90 seconds left to go in this one. Play deep down in the attacking side again as Milford wants to hang another on the scoreboard here before the final whistle. Oliveira now trying to center it up. Salvador trying to head that one in. Possession still with the Scarlet Hawks. As no North sends that one far out of play. It bounces free down the sideline. And another toss in for Milford. Some of the football team wandering in from practice to watch the closing seconds of this game, cheering on their fellow Milford athletes. Here's Oliveira with the steal. Trying to get the pass away to Marcello Pano. North Attleboro intercepts, but the ball deflects right back to Oliveira. Now Madden back to Sampaio as the final seconds tick away. Just moments away from completion in this one. Here's Salvador now up the far sideline. That goes out of play. North Attleboro tosses it in. Deflected back downfield. And Salvador down. And it looks like we'll see a card here in these final moments. We didn't see it lifted up over the head of the official, but the infraction going against Kevin Aguilar as he will head to the sidelines. And there is the final whistle as the Milford bench spills out onto the field. What an afternoon, what a second half in particular for Pedro Sampaio. He nets the first goal of the game on a penalty shot, then ices the win with just about 90 seconds to play. With a goal here late, 2 goals in the second half, and it tallies up to an impressive 2-0 victory for Milford. They really dominated this game from start to finish against North Attleboro. So a successful day here for the Scarlet Hawks. They improved to 3-4-0 overall on the season, 3-4 also within league play. And with the loss, North Attleboro falls to 1-5-2 overall on the season. A good win for Milford today. Again, they will be back in action on Friday with a road game coming up on September 30th against the Sharon Eagles. It'll be a tough matchup against the team right now in first place position in the league standings, but they'll enjoy this win here today. A good game for the Scarlet Hawks here on their home field. For Rob O'Keefe, our camera operator for the game today, I am Tim Coette. Your final score, one final time, 2-0. Milford defeats the North Attleboro Rocketeers. This has been coverage of Milford High School athletics here on Milford TV. So long, everybody.